Hello YouTube, today we're going to break down the old Bluegrass standard Somehow Tonight. Stick around. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's doing great and looking forward to some standard bluegrass stuff today. We're in the key of B with the tune Somehow Tonight. Before we jump in, if you're interested in some Skype sessions, you can find a good email on me in the description of every video that I put up. There's also tip jar information if you'd like to support the channel that way. And by all means, subscribe if you didn't already. And give me a thumbs up on these videos. That stuff really does help the channel, helps move the needle on it as we grow here. Okay, this is one of my favorite bluegrass standards for the lyrical content of the tune, the melody. It's one of my favorite intros that J.D. Crowe ever recorded, and there are dozens of them that I like just as much as this. But this tune, for myself, I feel like most people my age are probably more familiar with the Bluegrass album band cut of this. I think it's from Volume 4. And unfortunately, we don't have a Doyle Lawson mandolin solo to study on this tune. This could have been the first album that Jerry Douglas came into the fold. It was either Volume 3 or Volume 4 when he joined that band and started to make the recordings with them. But there's a dobro break on there that's killer, a highlight of the tune in itself, but no mandolin solo. Let me play through this. I play it in B. That's where Russell used to sing this when we would occasionally do it on stage with Third Time Out. So let me see if I can get through a solo here to Somehow Tonight. Something along those lines is what I would hear to play on that, kind of a contemporary bluegrass sound and feel, but still a lot of meat and potatoes phrases that we're going to recognize right off the bat. This familiar shape at the 2nd and the 4th fret. My index finger is playing a B note, or a root note. We're playing out a B, and then my middle finger is playing the 5th scale degree. You would recognize those intervals if you've worked with arpeggios, that's the root, 3rd, 5th, back to the root. A lot of bluegrass solos are going to start like this, and the series of pickup notes that I'm playing here leads up to the 3rd scale degree. If I started on this B note and played the arpeggio from this shape, index finger over that 2nd fret, same notes, an octave up, and it's super important to realize those foundational things that are under your fingers and not just memorize where to put your fingers to play the solo. We want to grow through this standard. That's what this series is all about. So these pickup notes, I think I have videos up, I'm pretty sure that I do, that discuss this topic of how common it is for the series of pickup notes that you play are either going to lead into the root, the 3rd, or the 5th. In this case, look what's happening there. The double stop, you can put a slide on that if you want to. Then I'm playing the 6th fret of the D string to the 2nd fret. Then this slide is so important from the minor 3rd to the major 3rd, and I'm doing that as a double stop. At the same time that I play that slide, my index finger is playing this F sharp note, 2nd fret of the E string. That's our 5th scale degree. There we are in this shape of this arpeggio, and I have that slide. So that's the meat and potatoes of that phrase. And it could be, I think I played a rhythmic kind of, that that kind of thing on the front of it. Solos like this are really hard to play by yourself because I'm used to listening to probably the banjo roll or maybe a bass run, or it could be a guitar, the rhythm thing that's dividing the measure. This is all about bouncing it off of other people that are playing along with you. I mean, obviously we have to know the fretboard and be able to play the melody to the solo, but we also want to be so comfortable with all of this that we're really digging into what other people are doing. That's what makes bluegrass so cool. The intro that I'm talking about with J.D. Crowe, the reason it sounds so great is because of where everyone else is playing in relationship to it. When we talk about being on top of the beat or behind the beat, and awareness of all that is so important as we play these familiar phrases. So from the top, there we have it again, not committing to that minor third note, just kind of grazing right over it. That's the D note, the 5th fret of the A string. There's the next, like, really important melody note, is going up to the 5th, and I went backward into that note. So those are all single notes. We're not playing double stops there. And then there we have the same slide. You could play this. This is a great lick to learn. Forward from the minor third to the major third, and then backward from that minor third down to the 2nd scale degree, in this case a C sharp note. There's a slowed down version of it. And then back to the root note using this shape again. Then we would repeat. All of those phrases just happened again that led into the 5 chord of F sharp. Look at that double stop. It's directly beneath where we started in B at the 2nd and 4th fret on the A and D string. Now we're on the E and the A string. And then it's going to sit there. We have musical space that nothing's really going on with the melody, so we could play a fill lick. I'm not sure what I did on the front. You could kind of pedal right there and use that open string, the open E note, to add a bluesy element. I love. That's a great lick. And really what I'm doing is playing an F sharp blues scale. Using that, I have videos up about the blues scales that you could kind of, touch base with that if you're not following that concept. But the point being, when it stops on that 5 chord, meaning the melody's not moving, and we have an opportunity to do some different things, there's where your fretboard knowledge has to be there. We know that we're playing F sharp. We're going to do that here, here. I can move up here and play out of this triad for F sharp. So again, fretboard knowledge, and insert some attitude or some of your own things stylistically in that whole. So that would be the halfway point of the solo. Okay, this is something I love to do on the, we're at the halfway point now. Instead of that single note, F sharp, I'm gonna play it up here, F sharp, same note. But now I can play this B note along with it, which is an octave above the 2nd and the 4th fret. So that time, I'm able to play a series of double stops. I'm playing an E double stop here at the 4th and the 7th fret on the E and the A string, then back down to that same slide into the 2nd and the 6th fret. And then the same line following that lick. Now, I'm really going to depart from the melody more so than at any other point in the break. That's, the tradition of bluegrass. If you go back and listen to Chubby Wise play those nice bluesy outros on a solo, I really enjoy that. A lot of my heroes, if you listen to Ricky Skaggs as a mandolin player and Sam Bush, adding that real personality thing right at the end of the break after we've established the melody, then maybe do something that adds your own flavor to the solo. That's really like a G run. I'm playing out of that same arpeggio. See the chromatic notes? Basically right up the scale. There's that octave thing. I'm going from this B note down to the second fret. Then just scale notes. Those same embellishments earlier that we played as double stops. Now, there we have a nice bluesy lick. Again, flirt with that minor third note. And up to the high octave where we want to tag so many times with one of those arpeggio style phrases up here that puts us in a position to go right back to our rhythm playing in this neighborhood of the fretboard. So hopefully this breakdown is bigger for you than just, a solo to Somehow Tonight. It's a great song to play, and it is a jam standard, but there's a lot of meat and potatoes. You could take these phrases that we're looking at in this tune and transpose those to other chords. Most of this is closed position with no open notes. So by learning this one break, there's a lot of great contemporary bluegrass language that we can learn through playing those standards. And again, that's what the series is really about. Growing your playing through these standards and going beyond just memorizing solos for them. So hopefully this helps. Good luck.